Yeah, there guys. So I didn't end up coming back in the van yesterday. It was my birthday. Didn't really want to be here on my own. So I ended up spending it with my boys and the missus. Anyway, in here now. Bit warm. Just close the door because it's home time for a lot of the schools. So yeah, I'll just show you what I've been doing. Take you off already. Okay, so this is what I've been doing. I've been making this. So this is where the old gas heater used to be. So I've made this piece of aluminium plate that will go down underneath and then sit like so. Obviously that will be sealed up and bolted. I'll drop them down, so I'm going to get my hand through this little gap here to do them all up. Then also something else I've been making earlier on, so that will sit inside, so obviously that will all be bolted flat. So that will be where the diesel heater goes, so that will go like that. So it's going to be tight. Obviously this wall, instead of this wall here being built like the way this is, I'm going to recess it in this way and then that way. So that'll be the new holder for the diesel heater. So yeah, I'll crack on with that and I'll be back in a second. Yeah, there guys. So a bit of an update. It's been a couple of days since I started messing around with the floor here. So what I did is I put a 4mm aluminium sheet on the bottom. Well, let's start again. Where the gas cupboard, can't even talk, it's been a long day. Where the gas heater went in, the hole was a bit further out, because obviously it came down and went round, and this metal bit here was stuck out a bit further. So what I had to do, as you can see in the video that you just seen, I had to fill it in, and when the diesel heater went in, I moved it back so that way it's more flush with this. So by doing that, the exhaust goes down and clears the chassis rail that goes that way. The airflow goes down, and yes, the hole is above the chassis rail, but only half, so it goes down. It's a nice flexible hose, so it goes down and then goes towards the back of the van. So that sits near, comes out near between the wastewater, the grey water, and the rear storage. That's for the air, and then the exhaust goes down and then goes sort of at an angle towards the underneath the bathroom, towards the edge of the van. So where the trim comes round, it sits just there. So that's all there. It's all mounted up. So yeah, I've been messing around with this gas cupboard. Was gas cupboard. So I'll just show you. Take it off the camera, and then you can have a look. Oh. Okay. So this is what we've got so far. Obviously need to finish it off. This is only just held here for now. Done this. So this is the bit for the bathroom. As you can see, it goes up there. So this is where the old water for the sink came down, and obviously the taps went up. So wastewater down and fresh water up. So obviously box that in there. Obviously round and down there. Okay, so I've just put some tape on here for now. Some nice aluminium tape. It's just to hold it because it kept on dropping. It's like I said, it's not finished yet. So there is the heater. So obviously it's mounted on a 12mm piece of ply. Obviously the floor, I'll just move that out of the way. The floor is the repair here. Obviously I've sticker flexed it, all the gaps. Plates here. It is on a high temperature sealant, so that's here as well. So don't plan on using this anytime soon, if you know what I mean. But obviously it gives this time to set. And then obviously I need to drill a hole through here, so that the air inflow can breathe through there. And this is the hot air out. And what I need to do is put a hole underneath the seat. So where the seat is here, it'll go at an angle there, but I need to do that from the seat side and not this side. So yeah, that's the heater. The fuel line, I don't know if you can see that there. So that round hole there. So the fuel line that they send you with these is like a green soft, like a silicone hose, like fuel line. I've seen that you need to get the hard plastic one. So that's what I did, is I bought a kit for that in addition. So that's what's on this now. It goes through there. I drilled a hole through the old gas box, and then put a grommet on there with a hole in it to stop any sharp edges. And then obviously the fuel line goes through there. And regarding the fuel pump, which will be in this cupboard as well, so the fuel pump will be in this cupboard as well on the other side, with the tank. So the wire goes up in that corner there. I don't know if you can see that by the end of my finger. It goes up there, and then obviously there's a hole here, and it goes through. So obviously that'll all be cleaned up on the other side. So yeah, that's the cupboard at the minute. It's like I said, it's not finished yet. Still a lot of work to do. Excuse me, it's dusty in this van, and again, yeah, dear. But yeah, so like I said, this will be something. I'm not sure what yet. I've got a few ideas, but we'll see. I haven't made up my mind yet. And then regarding the kitchens, you've got obviously the cupboard. Need to get a door for that. This is a drawer. Need to get a handle on that and get it all sanded. Oop. So that only comes out there, but it's obviously nice and deep, just for utensils, and obviously that's where my fridge would be going. Gas cupboard is in there. And obviously the mounts are there as well. So yeah, it is getting there slowly. But I'll just spin you around like this. So yeah, that's the update so far. I'm going to be back out here again tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you again tomorrow. I'm going to break this video up into probably maybe 3 or 4, just for the fact of that. I think the last one I put up was nearly 2 hours long. So I'm going to break them up into about 30-minute sections. So yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Have fun. Okay, welcome back, guys. So been a little bit busy. Like I said, just getting over a virus. Still getting a little bit dizzy spells, but just take things slow and I'll be alright. Probably could do is losing some weight, to be honest. Right, so the missus keeps feeding me. It's anyway, as you can see, the van is an absolute bomb site. But I'm hoping it'll click in once it comes to it. It's till then, it's just juggling it. The main bit I've been focused on is the rear end. As you know, the front is decorated. The seats are back in. I haven't done any of the electrics yet in the front. The ceiling's still not been done. The bed piece is back up, as you can see. But obviously that needs to be carpeted underneath, because the old one was really rank. The adhesive on it is gone like repowdery, so when you sat in the driver's seat it went in your hair. It looked like serious badly dandruffed. So yeah, I've been focusing on this back end here. You've probably seen the bit with the installation of the diesel heater. So that's all been installed down there and underneath, with the exhaust the correct way up. I've seen a lot of people fit the exhaust sideways. You can't fit them sideways. There is a tiny hole on the upright, so as it stood up, there's a tiny hole at the bottom, and that's to allow for excess moisture and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying you can't, but yeah, I did say you can't, but if you fit them on the side, the moisture is going to sit inside the exhaust. There's a good chance it's probably going to rust it through, or it's going to do something to it. But yeah, they're designed to be fitted up on their end with a little hole. You'll see it if you own one on the bottom, down. So anyway, that's what I've done down there, and it's on the same point the same way as the exhaust is for the engine. Okay, so I'll just pick you up, a bit wobbly, and I'll show you this. Okay, so let's get down here. So as you guys already know, the diesel heater is fitted behind this little flap. Now that flap will be staying pretty much like that. Little bits of trim and stuff like that, just to like sort the edges out and stuff like that. I do need to put a hole through underneath the seat, but I can't do that because obviously piles of wood and everything else there. I have done a hole this side, so as you can see there's this, goes to this. I might try when I do this side, see if there's a bit of excess hose. Let's go from here to here. So yeah, and then if you remember, this is where the old gas heater used to be. I end up cutting a bit of this out, or this section here out. So I've made little cubby holes. So obviously I've got 2 little lins, and they can put their books and toys and stuff like that. Maybe some shoes down there. So yeah, I've got a bit of filling to do and stuff like that, but and I've still got to get some more of this sort of I think it's like 13mm angle, just to finish up around the edges on these bits. But it's getting there. Put the cupboard back on. Obviously, as you know, this was all rotten out, so I've replaced all that. A batten to hold the 2 pieces together, but there is a plan for this batten later on. That's why I haven't removed it. I only know it's been glued and screwed. The trim has all been put on down here, which is obviously all nice and up there. So there's that, and then the bathroom. So this is what I've been doing today. I come in, as you can see. So I stripped it the other day, and the missus came in here and wallpaper. I don't know if you can see that in the picture, but yeah, it's like a light browny type colour. It's a vinyl wallpaper, so obviously being a bathroom, yeah, she done a good job. Fucking size my belly. Woof. Alright, so keeping the mirrors. Bit of action going on down there. Film, camera, action, go! It's the bill. No, it's not. That finished a long time ago. Anyway, so like one of those bloody electric cars anyway. Alright, so what was I saying? So this was a bit of wood that came off one of the old wall units that was rotten. It was tucked underneath, and there was like a light underneath it. It's got all this like little glue on it and they to clean up. Obviously a bit of wood filler that I put in just to get rid of all the little dents, and obviously a couple of screws that I put in. That's going to be sanded down, obviously be painted. Little shelving in here. The vent for the diesel heater for the cool air to go in. So yes, as the missus pointed out, if you're in here, you do a big stinky one and you close the door behind you and there was no window open or skylight open, if this is on, it's going to suck it in, it's going to heat it up, and it's going to push it out the other end. So it's going to be like a really hot stinky fart through the side. Lovely, I know. So yeah, the cupboard, all built from scratch. So the shelf here, I cut the other half of this piece. This is an old wardrobe door that I've cut down. Obviously another piece of wood here, another piece of wood there. But yeah, it's all recycled wood. Bar this, but this is an offcut from the skylight when it was cut out. So it's offcut for that. So technically recycled, but not because I bought it new. So yeah, and then the kitchen cupboard. So I managed to get a door fitted there. Again, as you can tell, it's another cut down wardrobe door. They're solid pine. Yes, they're varnished. I'm going to get the missus in here with the detail sander and sand them down. It's let paint. Obviously that's going to be our gas cupboard. And it's recessed back like that because hopefully you're going to get a narrow bin to stand in front of it. Obviously needs to do the catch on that. The drawer. So the drawer is only a shallow one. It only comes out so far, but it's big enough to put anything we need for like utensils and stuff like that. I'll give you an idea how the size. This is my old manky work hat. I say work hat, it's just my doss around hat, and yeah, it's disgusting. But that fits in there like that, no problems. So you can do an idea of how deep it is in that drawer. So yeah, obviously the core box would be going down where that box is, and everything else is looking rather messy. Yeah, and if anyone knows where I can source one of these handles for the skylight here, let me know. I have two for the front and this one, but I'm missing one for the bathroom. Reason why it's cable tied down. I can open it if I take the cable tie off by my fingers, but I would really like a handle on it. So yeah, this is the bathroom. Christ, my hair, look at that. It's got an afro going on. Yeah, this is the bathroom. Like I said, this needs a bit more trim. I'm going to be putting a light up there, one of the original ones that I've done. If you remember on an earlier video, I took the old lighting out of this van here. These are glass bulbs, which I still have. No one messaged me about them. By the time the van's built, if there's no one wanting them, I'll have to dispose of them because I don't want them, and I certainly don't want them in here, and I don't need them. So, but yeah, so done all the fancy dancy wiring. Obviously kept the switch, so this would be going back in the bathroom on the wall. I just need to extend the wires from your negative and your positive, to go through and obviously be wired up into the rest of it when I do it. So yeah, it's but this is so far the update for this van. I believe the kitchen units are done now, as in the actual building side of it. Obviously needs to get trim on the drawer, you know what I mean, a bit of filler, a bit of wood filler, some slap paint, some catches, and that should be all good. Still need to plumb in the tap for the water, so that would be good to do. The unit in the bathroom is done. I still need to clean that toilet. I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit, and obviously make sure I'm feeling a bit better. I want it to cool down a bit so that way it's not like boiling in the in that cartridge. So yeah, and they still need to do that. But a couple of people messaged me that they're desperate to see my reaction on that one. So I apologise if I don't know, you know what I mean, when it's going to be, but it will happen. So yeah, that's an update on this one, guys. I hope you're enjoying it, and we'll see you on the next one. And yeah, have a good one, and yeah, like, subscribe, share, it does help. Yeah, cool. See you guys.